This is our home, planet Earth. All of life here begins in the oceans, which cover 2/3 of the Earth's surface, providing 80% of our oxygen and 99% of the Earth's living space. Our oceans are not only our greatest source of food, but of entertainment as well. I'm a surfer. I spend as much time as I can in the water. I first started surfing when I was 4, and as long as I can remember, there's always been trash on the beach. I just thought that was the way it was and never stopped to think about how it got that way. A few years ago, my surf coach, Chris Keat, told me about a plastic island growing in the Pacific Ocean that was twice the size of Texas and was getting bigger every day. A plastic island, I thought? No way. So I went online, researched it. It turns out that it's not really an island, but more like a soup. The soup has a name, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Pretty gross, huh? The plastic that goes into the ocean seems to last forever. When it does break down, it photodegrades, not biodegrades. What that means, it keeps breaking down into smaller and smaller pieces. So I realized there was a problem, but I didn't know what was causing it or how all that plastic got out into the middle of the ocean. Was it only in the Pacific Ocean, or was there other plastic islands in other oceans? And if there were, what harm would it be doing to our Earth, our food, and us? It all starts from how much plastic we each use. Think about it. It is everywhere and in everything. The truth is, a lot of plastic can't be recycled, so it goes in the trash and into our landfills. But plastic is light and pliable, and when it gets windy, the plastic gets pushed into our storm drains and out into our ocean. This is a creek where I see a lot of trash go to our local beach. Does this belong in nature? No way. Once it rains, everything washes down to the beach and out into the ocean, where it rides the winds and currents out to the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is now estimated at twice the size of the United States, and is the largest and most studied of its kind. Garbage patches are formed by large, slow-moving ocean currents called gyres. There are 5 oceanic gyres, and each is formed by human waste. Over time, the plastic waste breaks down into tiny pieces and becomes part of the food chain. In some areas, plastic baits outnumber plankton 6-1, so fish think the plastic is plankton and eat it. The bigger fish eat them, and then we eat the fish. This means that harmful chemicals are entering our food chain and ending up on our plate. Back in 2009, Chris was waking up to the problem.
It was just something that I heard and I thought was absurd. It was something out of a science fiction movie where there's this plastic monster that was man-made growing in the sea.
He decided to see how big his plastic footprint was by saving all his plastic waste for 30 days.
The concept was born thinking about exactly what footstep I personally am leaving in the sand, what will be left behind. So my first endeavor was to monitor all of the garbage that I created and try and eliminate plastic for 30 days. Anything that I produced. It was amazing. They're such messy critters. The goal is to monitor, evaluate, and find substitutions.
The guidelines of the plastic experiment. Number 1, save all plastic waste for 30 days. Number 2, remove one single-use item from your plastic diet. Number 3, replace that item with a reusable solution. Goals: stimulate awareness of the problems and solutions to the plastic pollution in our oceans. Responsibility: to take responsibility for your use. Reduction: reduce all single-use plastics. Activism: spread the word. The goal was to create a social science experiment that would spread. Once Chris started, others began to become aware of this problem and started their own experiments to see just how much plastic they used.
Gita, day 5 of the 30-day plastic experiment.
Our pile of plastic on day 5. Lots of straws, and it's amazing the baby products, like how much plastic we're getting from that. And then
Day 6, so what we got is day 6. The thing that's shocking, at least to me anyway, is that we thought we were doing so well with plastic and recycling and using so little of it. But after day 5, it's shocking that we have this much to show, what you can actually collect in 6 days.
Yeah. Shopping or something.
Here it is, day 10 of the 30-day plastic experiment, and unfortunately it looks like things have doubled.
Day 13.
I think we've done pretty well.
Yeah,
I think that after the first 5 days we were kind of in shock. And we quickly made adjustments.
Hey there, it's Gita, day 15. Little surprised with how much there is because I've been real conscious about not getting plastic or bringing plastic home or using plastic. But even though I've stopped bringing plastic in, this was all existing in the home already. Day 20, and it's pretty appalling how much plastic I'm using. I wasn't prepared for this.
Day 24. Just embeds the problem. It forces the reality of the issue, because otherwise you're just sort of skimming the surface. You know there's a problem, but you don't really think about it. You think we're not using plastic water bottles, so we're not part of the problem, but clearly we are.
Here's the pile on day 25. It's pretty shocking how much one person can use just in plastic.
day 30. It's day 30, and now that we've seen how much we've consumed, it's unbelievable. Pretty shocked by it.
Hey, here it is, day 30. Little shocked to see the size of my personal plastic footprint.
The number one thing is that I learned from this experiment is to use less. We all need to use less.
It doesn't end at the 30 days. I think that is the beginning, really, of a lifelong experiment to see what kind of a difference we can make.
As you can see, we all consume way too much plastic. But the good news is, it's easy to become an activist. Change begins with one.
One little difference makes a big difference if you get others to do it as well.
Here are some easy solutions to reduce single-use plastic items. Instead of using plastic bags, bring a reusable bag to the grocery store.
1 year, one shopper uses 700 bags. It's pretty messed up if you think about it.
Choose a reusable bag. Instead of single-use plastic water bottles, use a reusable drink tin. Use filtered water.
Not more than a few months ago, this pile right here over the last 6 days would have been twice the size that it is now, and that would have been all plastic water bottles. And just stopping the plastic water bottles has been a huge difference in the quantity of our own consumption.
That's fresh. Instead of disposable coffee cups, use a reusable coffee mug.
Okay. Hot chocolate? My friend for you? Okay.
It's easy to be an activist. And it tastes good too.
There's peer pressure suddenly to be an activist. Suddenly it's the right, not only is it the right thing to do, it's the cool thing to do.
And when you do use plastic, make sure you rinse it out or it won't get recycled. Narrator. Every time you're at the beach, pick up 5 pieces of trash.
Beach cleanup time, guys. Let's do this.
Find out more about the problem and become a part of the solution. Get involved with groups that are active in your community.
It's the ultimate prize to have the earth be clean and have everyone help out. We need to start now, and we need to start big.
Share your knowledge with others. We need to stop polluting our oceans, and change begins with one, you. Our call to action is to reduce single-use plastics. My name's Dr. McAllister, and I'm an activist.
Reduce your use of single-use plastics. Come on now, it's not too drastic. Educate yourself on plastic pollution. Activate it, come a part of the solution.
Hi, I'm Dr. McAllister.
Haley, how do you feel about plastic pollution in the ocean?
What's up with all that plastic anyways, huh?
Plastic pirates get clobbered.
A little change goes a long way.